Alright, yes, let's get going. Because I'm not gonna be waiting for this. I need to do this anyway. So, last time we went off, getting this part done, and now we're gonna continue with it. So, surprise! We're gonna continue finishing our business. Full screen, please. Thank you. There you go. So, yes. Let's continue. Oh boy. Oh boy. Come on. Come on. I know you can do this. Just, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Let's see if this is still fixed. Yes, that's fixed. Good. Do I want to do this one way, or do I want to have actually two ways of texture? I'm just gonna put in a second layer of texture in, just in case, because I'm not dealing with this. Otherwise I might be able to, otherwise I might be scratching that, which just sucks, but I need to erase it. So yeah, today we're gonna do continue on the bricks. While we're doing that, well, while we're doing that, well, there's nothing else to do, which is the main problem. I need to get this thing done, but it takes so much time. Also, since it takes so much time, it's really hard to just, since it takes so much time to just do this, most of the problems that are getting created by doing this are not actually problems. They're just, bloody annoying, but they're not problems because texture. Yay, texture. So yeah. What I'm gonna do continuing, while I'm doing this anyway, most of this is just drawing texture. You're probably gonna wonder why this is so important to have these textures. Well, I don't know if I already explained that, but I'm just gonna explain it again because, I have nothing else to do. The texture is important because otherwise we have a very bland looking drawing, and my drawings, I don't like when my drawings are very bland. It really sucks. So since I'm trying to get this thing, not very bland, I'm just trying to get this thing fully functional. The biggest problems that are lying with this drawing is that the textures that since the textures are still missing, it's really hard to judge whether the textures are correct or not, which sucks, by the way. Just saying, it really sucks. No, wait, I can do that. So yeah, this is all gonna be very difficult to do. I'm thinking, once this is all done, I'm hoping, I'm hoping this is gonna be looking enough. Might not be the best at this, but surely. So yeah, most of these problems are easily fixed, but texturing a bloody damn church will take time. And I have all the time of the world, trust me up on that one, but damn, this is gonna take a long time. Not only because I need to draw rocks, I also need to draw other rock. I also need to draw a lot of rocks, which is the difference. And let me just check something just in case. Not only because that's good enough to hear. That's a loud and clear voice. Very well done, me. Well, thank you, me. So, yeah. The problem that lies within it sucks very bad. So I'm trying to get this thing fixed and done. It sucks so much. But once this whole thing is fixed, I can finally start up. Once this whole thing is texturized, I can finally start upon adding some new stuff towards this beautiful building. And then once that's done, I can finally start coloring it. Yay. And I don't think this is gonna be looking great. I don't think that at all. But this is all learning. This is all how to learn, how to draw, how to just... This is all just casual learning. Know my weaknesses, know my good sides, all that stuff. Allow me to just see. And that's much better than the bloody normal rocks, the fucking white ones. Jeez Louise. There you go. So, yes. Stupid piece of... Nah, alright then, fine. So, yeah, I'm trying to do this. I might not be the best at this, but I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying to get these rocks look like rocks, which is the most difficult part. Trust me, it's really annoying to do. Also, I'm just trying to what I'm doing is actually just, you know, using the brush to just fill up the area around it. Because there are different kind of ways of, you know, drawing rocks. I think this one is the way that I did it with the... Yeah, I did it with the other ones. I did it with the last version. So it is coloring things up and then until you make a fine shadow. So the most important part I'm doing is actually keeping my pen on the paper or on the tablet and then just draw strokes. But sometimes I release, so that will create actually the texture that I want to have. Sometimes it's imperfect because, you know, it's fast strokes. It's very light and fast strokes, which sometimes give a little bit of a problematic. I might do this. I might try to do this again. Just, you know, if I'm not satisfied. So I might try to do the stroking again, just in case. But technically that shouldn't have... And now I'm using the other brush, because otherwise I will get a white surface, which we don't want. We want to have the white surface, but we don't want to have these draws in it. Alright, good. Now I can see if this is working fine. Zoom out, see if it works. It works. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. Good. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. That's so much better. And both can do it. Both are able. But still, that's some nice work. All right, so I just checked if the what happens if I just remove the outlines of the drawing. So because I'm already drawing on the outlines of the drawing, things will look a little bit different, but it shouldn't be that much. So the checking of these rocks, what they will look like, how the texture will look like, you know, all that stuff is very important. And you're probably wondering why. Well, because my art style is not that is very different than drawing like this right over here. The main problem that lies with it is actually that the areas need to be filled. Because I'm using layers upon layers upon layers upon layers upon layers upon layers, I don't use the regular shading. Well, the regular shading most of the times. Correct? I'm using layer shading. So, well, the shadows are different than you normally draw, because I'm always drawing in one perspective, like, you know, a forward perspective. So you look at it, you see it, but the way the drawing works is that because there are multiple layers you know what you see, because the layers will give the effect of depth, field of depth, which will create the end results that you are able to see the depth of the view. So even though I am not drawing in perspective, you still have a field of depth, regardless of you're using the perspective or not. I can put things into perspective, but it doesn't matter, because I'm already having the I'm already having the perspective in it, because I am using the layer version instead of the whole, that version. So the main idea here is that well, because the layer version and the perspective of that is different than the ones that is different than the normal version, this creates a problem. Why? Because most of the problems that lie within my drawing are that, it's either that the perspective is incorrect, or the shadowing is incorrectly placed. I'm still working on the shadow, but the perspective I cannot fix, because my style does not allow it. Well, it's very hard, at least. So I need to practice that. But practicing that is gonna take me a long time. So to compensate for my weakness that I am almost unable to draw perspective correctly sometimes, I use the side view most of the times, and then use layer upon layer upon layer, which then creates the effect that, gives the perspective feeling of perspectives. So, because this is a problem, which, natural occurs because of all the... Oh boy. Of course. Duh. Because my layer perspective is different than the other ones before, it sometimes looks a little bit strange, but it still does the same thing. If I'm correct. Sometimes I'm not correct, and then it totally buggers me because it looks so terrible, but you know. That's when you try to realize what you're doing wrong and what you're doing great about. So, there is no need to worry about things. There's no need to worry about a lot of things. It's just, you just need to keep your mind towards whatever you need to draw. If you want to draw something, be fine with it. Just try to see where your flaws are while you're drawing it. Don't get over frustrated because of it, because you can see your own flaws in your artwork regardless of whatever you're doing. Try to compensate by that by doing stuff that you know that you can do, and then you might be able to draw correctly most of the times. So this experiment of drawing just a church just for fun, I wouldn't say it's fun. I would say it's less fun, more experimental and thought-finding. Yeah, it's not fun. It's more like I found out this, so it's learning. But I like learning, so yes, it's fun, but it's different kind of fun. It's experience that you can use to guide yourself into from problems that that occur while you did this, because you are able to find out where the problems lie, how the problems exist. You know where to look for, you know where to see, and once you're done with all the things that you knew, you continue with the rest. So the main problem that lies now with this is that I need to make sure that I have this beautiful, beautiful picture fully drawn with texture, so that the the whole thing feels more my style. And since it is then more my style, I am able to do other things with it. I could put a dragon up on this bloody damn structure, I can do that. Who the fuck gives a shit? I can do that. If I want to. I might be able to do that. I will do that, All this stuff, you can do whatever you want with it. So, be creative upon it, If you have a solution to your problems and you think like, it's a little bit, that would work, but, oh boy, just try it. If you are not in a hurry. This is why, I'm experimenting with this, Because I don't have a timer now, I am able to do whatever I want to do with it. And because I'm able to do whatever I want with this, I don't feel any hurriness upon this project. I know that I want to have this project done, so I created a self, I created a self date like, I need this thing done before blah 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 weeks, So I created it myself artificially, but it doesn't mean it doesn't mean, you know, that I am not in a hurry. Well, I want to have other things done instead of this, because, you know, I'm getting a little bit sick and tired of drawing a blood and damn church. Because the church is a big boy. And since it's a big boy, you know, it takes a lot of time. But I don't care that it takes a lot of time. What I'm caring about is that I can see my flaws all the time, which, you know, angers me sometimes, like, damn me, I suck at this. So, by, you know, just trying to find reasonable ways, like, well, it's all for the good of learning, you know. Keep a positive output upon it, like, hey, you know, you do this for your own good, right? Yes. And then, you know, I have my motivation, like, let's do this again. Woo! So, this thing will get fine along. I'm getting along fine with this thing, but, you know, it just takes some time. Sometimes things get long, sometimes things get very long, you know. All that stuff, all this beautiful, beautiful stuff. Oh boy. I mean, obviously, this is all my part. So yeah. So the main problem here is that, you know, it's a little rough architecture, but I don't want to have this texture here. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, rocks. Yay. Last time I drew rocks were in the bloody damn boat project, and this is also rocks. So many rocks. Rocks. You know, normally you're thinking like, why are you doing this again? And then you realize like, I'm doing this because of rocks. My arch nemesis, Rockman. You know? So, because I'm doing this in such a way, you know, I'm not trying to hurry this. I'm not. If I would do that, that would be very stupid, because if you rush a thing, if you rush a drawing, you will get burned. Regardless of your outcome, you will get fucking burned into oblivion. Because rushing is very bad upon drawings. It sucks. Because you cannot rush it is a downside of drawing, you know. You can't rush it, you just need to take your time with it and just relax and keep on drawing. Keep on drawing. So, once you're finally done with the whole bloody damn thing, it's like a really annoying piece of shit because it's like, ugh, it's rocks. What did you see last time? Well, I saw rocks. He was drawing rocks again. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing nothing more than just drawing rocks. Why I'm drawing rocks? I don't know. I'm just drawing rocks because, you know, it's the thing that is in front of my face. Normally I would say like, you could draw rocks, but you could also draw something else. But I'm like, but I'm currently busy with this bloody damn church, and if I'm not drawing the rocks, then well, it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, just take your time with this whole project and just relax. Take a seat back, you know, and find your ways of, you know, not getting frustrated. Because of all these rocks, you know, all these beautiful rocks that are built upon this church, you know, all those beautiful rocks that are built upon the church, unable to satisfy their own needs, you know, it's all churchy. The main problem that lies with this church is it's made out of rocks. Whose idea was it? I don't know. The architect was a little bit tired, you know. He found himself thinking like, my bricks don't work anymore, so I'm just using casual rocks and then put them all together to build a church with it. Why? Because we were all out of cement. So we could not even plaster the walls correctly. So we have a plastered wall with, rocks stacked upon each other. And if one rock falls down, then well, the rest of the rocks will fall. Hey, Crow. Ugh, so much rocks. So much rocks. So many rocks. It's also so very hard to draw because, you feel the pain in your hand if you constantly doing the same thing all over again. Normally you want to change directions or do anything else, but I'm like, nah, I got this. Since I'm only doing an hour, it's still, I'm doing it still fine. I would not get a major problem here. I just need to relax afterwards because, it's all rocks. Ah, rocks. So much fun to have with rocks. And the most thing that you have, I could use like, I don't know, a texture button, I could change this picture in for something else, that would also work very fine. Don't get me wrong upon that, but I like to draw my textures hand drawn because that way I actually can just I can learn how to do it, and if I learn how to do the textures, I can then finally make a negative if I ever want to. But for now, I'm just gonna be gonna be using a brush because I like to hand draw things, which is nice, which gives a nice effect. So let's take a look again at it. So we have this, zoom out, which is important, then go for wall 1, that's that one, remove the wall and see if it works. Yes, it works, but it seems that if I want to remove the wall, which I'm probably not gonna do, but if I want to remove the wall, I need to fix some of the drawings if I want to do that. So that's a thing, and if I'm just using this, yeah, then I need to do that. All right. So that's also a very, very hard thing to do. So yeah, drawing rocks, it's so much fun. Did come on, work with me, thank you. So the main idea here is that these rocks, these beautiful rocks, are all stacked upon each other, building this beautiful foundation of a church. That's the idea. Because I cannot draw bricks, because I failed to draw the bricks because of the amount of the amount of problems that lie with it, because I never have drawn bricks before. I failed at drawing bricks, so I'm gonna go changing it to rocks instead, because normally you are unable to change your normally you are unable to fix your problems if your problems are almost like if you're already long in. So that would take me like a month again to draw this and fully draw on it with real good looking bricks, and we can't have that. We cannot have that. We need to be realistic about that. So it's too bad, too sad. Next time. So we're just gonna go for rocks instead. The rocks might not be the best solution. I would say it's not even a great solution sometimes, but it will fix most of the problems that lie with the drawing. So yeah, texturing. It's a thing that you need to do, but you also need to do it very good. Well, not very good, I mean, it's a thing that you need to do, but it needs to be done correctly, otherwise it doesn't look really nice. I'm trying to do it correctly. It doesn't mean that I can do it correctly. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to get this thing to be fully looking like a bloody damn church made out of rocks. If that succeeds, then well, I succeed in my texturing. If this thing looks like a bloody damn church made out of rocks, it does. Otherwise it doesn't. That's the main idea here. So yeah, rocks. The bloody damn church is impressive, I know, and then still, impressive churches. The main problem with churches are mostly like they're big, huge, and have a lot of detail in them. I'm trying to do that, you know, that's the thing. I'm trying to get this thing fully done. But sometimes, you know, you're unable to do it because of certain reasons, certain things. I'm trying to get this thing so much done and it still not works correctly. Oh boy. I can't wait for I can't wait for coloring this bastard up, because that's gonna be taking more time than ever. Every single rock needs to be shaded correctly so that everything makes sense, which is the problem. Alright. Yes, we're finally done with that part. Well, that, uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. I can't wait. God can wait. Yes. So now we've finally done that part. Holy hell, that's a long big boy part. Woo! Alright, let's continue. So, this is the foundation of the bloody damn line boy. That's gonna be taking so much time. So line boy is gonna be the thing that's gonna be worrying about us now. Alright, so it's a concrete line wall which gives away the foundation. Boy, let's see, because we need a texture for this, we need a texture for it, because otherwise we won't be able to do things with it. Alright, concrete floor, let's go. Concrete floor. Concrete, no, it's concrete, sadly. It's a floor of concrete. Allow me to look for images about a fucking concrete wall floor. This is an excellent image. Alright. How does this look like? It looks like a skip. This polished concrete wall. Alright, that's really cool looking now. That's really cool looking. But we're looking for the outside, so that means that I need to go for concrete wall, that part, right? Yeah, that one. So, alright, I know how to do this. Good. Put this back where it belongs. Don't need to be worried about things so much. Alright, I have the image of the concrete. I have a way to do this. So it's a lot of scratching most of the time because it's old, so I could be able to do that. So it's only scratch. It's scratch polished. So scratch. No boy. I'm hoping I'm doing this correctly. Just giving it a little bit of a tint. Normally I should do this with light versions, but I'm not doing it with light version. I'm doing it first with just the concrete version and then just put on the light afterwards. Because this is all black and white, and then after black and white it's gonna be colored. Of course. That's how things work. Alright, I have so much to do with this. I'm not even pressing very hard upon the pen, just because, you know, it's. I don't want to have this. I want to give it just a gentle texture, not a big boy texture like really annoying rock texture. I wanted to make sure that it's different looking than the platinum. I want to make sure that this is different looking than the rocks themselves. If I'm able to do that, then, you know, my task is done. Alright. Alright. So, let's take a look. Just take a look. Yeah, that's more coloring. Yep. First black and white and then go for color. That's how you do it normally. Oh yeah, yes, I totally forgot about that part. Ha ha ha. Alright, oh, this is gonna be difficult. Ooh, this is gonna be so difficult. Well, I'm just gonna do it anyway, because we're just getting started. We need to do it anyway. So now we're gonna go back to drawing rocks. But this time, sooner or later, I'm gonna go for dimensional rocks, which might be even more difficult than normal rocks. So now we're gonna go for dimensional rocks. This is a part of the rock, and this is a part of the rock. So come on, I can do this. I can fucking do this. Oh boy. I have no idea if I'm doing this correctly, but alright, I'll try. What the? Oh, this is gonna be looking awful. Yes, this is gonna be the worst kind of church ever. with the rocks that I have. Woo! Don't want to live in this church. Definitely not. I could actually rather use than just go for rocks like this, but yeah. So that's gonna be great looking. Yeah, actually, that's quite good. So wow, nice. So that works. Sweet. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Alright, it's 50 minutes, and so I'm gonna just take a look at my work. It's not too bad. No. I thought it would be worse, but it's not that bad of a drawing now. So once this is all, texturized, I can then finally put in the colorization, and once the colorization is done, I can then finally continue with the rest of it. And then once the rest of it is done, and then, that's how it's gonna be going. So once this whole thing is done, I need to get, a beautiful tree done. I need to get a beautiful tree done. I need to keep this on. Yeah. So yeah, I need to do things and then that. So I'm trying to get this thing finished. So I'm just gonna keep you a heads up on that one. So yeah, I'm gonna quit now. I'm getting really tired. I did a lot of things. So that's good. I hope you all enjoyed, and thanks for watching anyway.